Hey everyone, Izzy and MJ from Endless RVing. We have a pretty important video today, kind of an eye-opener. You're going to be interested in this because it gives a different point of view from a different perspective, but very similar to what we've been saying in other videos. But before we get into that, today is December 20th, guys. You have 11 days left.
Well, but this video will be out after that.
Well, 11 days from when this video
Yes.
is. But 11 days left to take advantage of the 10% off of our merch store, including in that store are this very popular shirt, the RVing in the USA shirt. I know we've shown this on other videos. We also have our new hat with the color logo and the black and white leather. But these right here, very popular.
Yep.
And we just donated to
A couple $100 to start. We can continue donating as more shirts are sold. And the donations are going to Rescue Haven Foundation, which is a dog rescue in northern New Jersey. It's a local rescue. I know the woman that runs it. She's phenomenal. And so this money will be going to good use to help the pups.
So 10% off the whole store. We have these shirts, sweaters. We actually just added hoodies and sweaters
So we
with this logo.
Yeah, we listened to your feedback. Somebody had asked us, "Do you have hoodies with them?" And then somebody yesterday said, "Can you get a crew neck sweatshirt?" So we actually are getting it. They're not up in the store yet. They told us it will be up soon, and they'll let us know. So we will let you know. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. I'm gonna have to get myself one of those.
So the discount code
Endless10.
Endless10 will get you 10% off the whole store. We'll put the store link down below. Enough of that. Let's get into this video. Now, we've talked about many times in many videos about, and this is no secret. If you're an RV or you're interested in getting an RV, you probably heard of this. Quality control on new RVs from the manufacturer, and then following up after that, warranty claims, issues with warranty claims, issues with service. It's a really big problem. We've said many times, it's almost like a broken system. Like it needs change. And a lot of times we talk about how dealers have to change, how manufacturers have to change, but more importantly, it's you, the customers have to change.
So we're not blaming you or us for getting a bad RV, but what we are saying is that the more people buy these RVs and accept these substandard conditions that the RVs are being produced in, some of them, then it will continue. And I'm going to relate this to those of you that are dog owners. Puppy mills are very similar to this. So you have puppy mills where people say, "Oh, I went to a pet store and I know this dog is from a puppy mill, but I feel bad and I just want to buy it to save it." And they buy it. Unfortunately, that perpetuates the puppy mill. So the more people that continue to buy poorly made RVs, there's no need for change.
There's no need for change. Yeah, it's very much, I'll just go to when the Japanese brought their cars over in the 80s and they just cleaned house on the American car market. It hurt the American car market, and what the American manufacturers had to do was improve their cars. Otherwise, they were going to go out of business. It's no different. The difference is there's not a lot of competition with the American RV industry, but you, the consumer, have to demand better.
And the bar has to be raised. So this is what we're going to discuss.
Recently, National Indoor RV Center, and I want to preface this, we work with NARVC. We have a good relationship with them, and part of the reason is that we believe they're one of the big dealerships that are really trying to make a change. NRVC doesn't even know we're doing this video. We're not getting paid to do this video, but we saw a recent video that they did with the founder, CEO, Brett Davis, and he brought up some really good points. Now, just a little bit of a background. Brett Davis has been RVing since 1985. He's a full-time RVer, and he had a career long before this, and one of his big reasons for starting National Indoor RV Center is that he saw the lack in the buying process, how horrible it was, in the service and the warranty, and he felt there was an opportunity there to change the industry, and the business hope was there, and as a result, they have grown. I believe they have 6 locations now, and they have excellent reviews. So we're going to go over some of the points about what he talked about and some of the changes that they're going to be implementing to really hold a fire to the feet of manufacturers.
The first thing, and there's a little backstory on what this is. Each new RV that comes into NIRVC, they do an inspection on it and create a list called the DPU, which is defects per unit list. This is all in a database that they've had for many years. And they send this to the manufacturers to let them know what they're finding when these RVs come in. Now what they will be doing is they will be starting to post these lists on the NIRVC website, so they are for public consumption, I guess you would say. So people, it's total exposure, I guess, transparency of what is really going on, what they're finding when these RVs come in. And you'll hear some dealers say, unfortunately, the dealer has become the final step in that manufacturing process, that when the RV comes there, there's many times a lot of issues that they wind up fixing there that should have been done at the manufacturing level.
And this is just our opinion. We believe that by doing something like this, NRVC is a big dealer. They only do motorhomes, but they have 6 locations. They're pretty large. They carry Winnebago, Integra, Tiffin, Newmar. You're going to be able to see now as a customer, okay, how many defects per unit is on the Winnebago, on the Newmar, on whatever. It's out there now. Hey, everybody is seeing this.
Right.
We got to do better, because the dealership shouldn't be the final inspection point. Like, this is just my opinion. If you're buying a new car should not arrive at a dealership and they have to do a full inspection and correct problems. Like that's an absurd business model. Like, I don't understand how that happens, and I'm not in that industry. But for a dealership to have to correct manufacturing problems, that shouldn't happen. There should be quality control at the manufacturing level, especially when you're at the motorhome level, where you're talking about entry level is $150,000. It just shouldn't happen.
So this is step 1 of raising the bar. Let's get into something else.
Now, when we were in NRVC for the first time in Nevada, we had a long conversation with Brett, and we talked about they want to make it transparent. There's a lot that goes on as far as the service side. Like, the dealer can only service if they want to get paid, if it's approved by the manufacturer, and that's often not a fast process. It takes time. So what they're trying to do, and what they want to do, and what they're going to do, is make that available to their customers, right? So you bring in your RV, whatever, you bring in your Winnebago motorhome for service, you're going to know every step of the way, when it went in, when the manufacturer was contacted. So that way there's transparency, and there's going to be a record of, okay, Winnebago takes this long to turn things around. Newmar takes it, and you're going to be able to see that. Again, holding manufacturers accountable.
How many of you, when your RV is in service, are constantly having to call?
Shouldn't need to do it.
Where is it? Did it get into service? Yeah, I know with us, we have the camera on there, so we're able to see when it's in the bays and that kind of thing.
The techs don't know, but we know.
Maybe now they do. So also, I think it's fascinating. And what they're also going to be doing is rating extended service plans, the extended warranty. So they're going to rate those on performance and who pays the best. So you're going to be able to see what is going to be the best for me, which is the best choice for me. I think this is amazing.
Now let's move on to the next thing. And we've talked about this many times. When you buy an RV, it's not only the best price, which they're pretty competitive in pricing, but you're buying into the dealership, especially the service center. Now, when we've been to the National Indoor RV Service Centers, they're top notch. They build their dealerships from the ground up. They don't buy other dealerships. They build it from the ground up. And their service bays, they're like warehouses. Service is great, but they're going to make it even better.
Currently, they have 2 locations that are open 7 days a week, 12 hours a day for service. In 2024, their goal is to have all of their locations open for service 7 days a week, 12 hours, 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. 2025, this is a lofty goal, and if they reach it, it's going to be fabulous, is to have every NIRVC location be open 24/7 for service.
And then I just want to clarify, you said 2 of the locations, 12 hours a day. The other locations still do service. It's just not 12 hours a day.
Right.
But according to Brett, and this is in that video, their goal is to, at night, they're going to be doing the coaches coming in, the ones they have to inspect. And then during the day, it's the people coming in for service. If you're not a customer, because as long as you have a motorhome, they will take you in and do the service. So that is huge.
If it's 15 years or older, approximately, they have to take a look at it before they decide to work on it. Just keep that in mind. But in most cases, yes, it will be accepted to be in service.
Right. So 24/7, that's a huge thing. I know we have good relationships with RV repair centers by us. They can get us in usually in a week. I don't know what I mean, NRVC customers, put in the comments below. How long is it taking for you to get in for service? We'd like to know. And I'm assuming 24/7 is just going to expedite
Right.
that.
And those of you that are not getting service at NIRVC, wherever you are getting service, let us know what the wait times are right now. I've heard from people, some people are waiting months to get into service, depending on the time of year.
And now the final thing is really the buying experience. Now, we don't have too much experience with buying RVs. We bought two, but I can tell you from when we visited National Indoor RV Center to compared to other, we've been to many dealerships. It's very different there. One of the big things that they're doing in 25, it's going to be the first in the industry.
24.
Sorry, 24. I should have said 24. It's going to be the first in the industry, and I really think it's going to change things. They're doing their own RV show. It's called the Music City Motor Coach Expo down in just outside of Nashville in Lebanon, Tennessee.
So this is going to be an exclusive buying experience.
Not for everyone.
Right, definitely not for everyone. It's for the more serious buyers that go to RV shows and just get frustrated with the thousands of people that were there and not being able to spend time on the RVs and take them for test drives and talk to the manufacturers and all these different things. So at this expo, you have 3 days. We can't wait. We're going to be there. 3 days of test driving, looking at how many motorhomes are going to be there. Do we know?
200 to 300.
A lot. Yes. You're going to be able to speak to the manufacturers, to the engineers, to everybody that's involved in the process, answer any questions, tons of seminars. And again, we're talking a handful of people that may be at each seminar. It's not going to be...
You forgot the most important things.
I didn't do the food yet.
Oh, okay.
Food, of course. It's always the food. That's really important. So in this expo, you will get breakfast, lunch, dinner, 2 snacks,
Adult
drinks.
beverages.
Drinks are included. High-class entertainment. Everything is included.
And you got hookups.
So it's the full boat. And they are limiting this to about 200
It's
people.
two coaches. Two coaches per coach that's going
Right.
to be there as
Right.
far as manufacturer coach. So it's
Right.
going to be limited, probably
Yeah.
300 to 400 people, which
Right.
if you've been to these large shows, look, we go to Tampa show, we love the Tampa show. It's a little bit it's a little overwhelming at some point.
If you're shopping,
especially
yes.
especially if you're buying a high-end if you're buying at the Tampa show, they're going to have King Airs. That's a $1.5 million coach. I think you should be able to sit in it, speak to everybody, need to know, test drive it, really take the time to see it. That's a huge purchase. And you don't want everybody walking in and out of your coach. Although most people that are ordering something like that, they're going to order it custom. This is going to be the first time we're going to be there. It's the first time it's happening. The other good thing is that all the manufacturers have committed to the 2025s being debuted at that show, which is the first time.
Right. So that's exciting. So usually we see all the new models at the Hershey show. We're going to be seeing everything here. Another fabulous thing about this, if you are serious about buying and you do purchase a motorhome within a year of this expo, your cost for the expo will be refunded to you. Let's talk about the cost. What does it cost?
It's $1,500 for the 3 days, and then a day pass is $495. Again, if you're not serious, don't go, because unless you just want to go and hang out, it's going to cost you $1,500. But if you're serious about buying a coach, it's a no-brainer. Like that, if we were serious about buying a new motorhome, that's how we would buy it.
Well, because again, that's all your food and drinks and hookups, everything.
Well,
everything.
But the knowledge you're gaining,
right?
That's the big thing.
And you can test drive every coach you want, and it's like, I don't want to say a free-for-all, but if you're looking to buy, that is definitely the place to do it.
We all agree, guys, there is a lot of change that has to be made in the RV industry, manufacturing, dealerships, but none of that is going to change unless the consumer demands it.
Right.
And we're at a good time now for the consumers is that, listen, the RV industry is hurting right now. They're not selling the way they used to, so they're going to be more inclined to listen. They're looking for things. They're already changing RVs. They're putting less things in there.
And we do want to bring attention and thank those dealers and manufacturers that are doing it right. So thank you. Not everybody is doing it right, but thank you to those of you that are.
In the comments below, let us know if you've been to an RV dealership, what has been your experience? If you've been to a National Indoor RV Center, have you had a good experience? Have you had a bad experience? One thing I'll say that Brett said in the video, he goes, listen, we dropped the ball, right? Like when you have that many things, we will make mistakes, but we try to rectify it. So I'm sure he'll be watching this video. Put in the comments below if you had a bad experience.
Well, that's the thing. Anytime we've done videos on NARVC, Mr. Davis is in those comment sections, and if there's somebody that's been unhappy, he reaches right out to them and problem gets solved. That doesn't happen a lot.
If you like videos like this, guys, to the left of us, we'll put our RV news playlist, we'll put our RV tours playlist, and for myself and MJ, it's a journey of a lifetime, and we'll see you on the road.